his dad, it kind of helped him out with his retirement to where, he can get some of those important things taken care of. And you really need that as you get older, man. It's not only having it, but making sure that it's handled appropriately. That's the biggest thing. So that's why I want you to call David Ernest. Reach out to him at this number. He's got you covered. Make sure you mention you're part of the Hey Now Nation, and he'll get you squared away. 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-7233. Online, retirewithernest.com. You heard Bubba Rumble mention earlier this interview with Kristen Welker. So Donald Trump was in Wisconsin. I guess he was doing a little rally thing or whatever. And it was storming up there. They were like in a barn. And you can hear the rain in the background and everything else, which kind of, it's kind of irrelevant, but it was weird to kind of see that play out that way because it's kind of like, hey, man, if there's a storm coming through, let's get Donald Trump out of the barn in case like a tornado comes through or something. But Kristen Welker does what Kristen Welker does. She did what she does, which is be hostile, be, narcissistic as the left is, and also press Donald Trump on issues that she thinks are detrimental to democracy. Kind of like the J6 fund. We talked a lot about that. Donald Trump is still in support of that, even though the DOJ has seemingly put the kibosh on that based on a ruling from a judge. I don't know that that's the end of it. So she's pressing him on that and pressing him on election fraud and all these other things. And he does what he does best. And he pushed back on her, showing her that she is on a daily basis lying to her audience.
What they did to the lives of people, they destroyed people. They sent people to jail who did nothing wrong.
All right, just to be very clear, there's no evidence of what you're saying. But let me ask you about Todd Blanche. Let me ask you about Todd Blanche.
Listen to me.
Let's talk about Todd Blanche.
There's tremendous evidence. There's nothing but evidence. The election was rigged. It was a dirty election.
Mr.
And it's happening again right now in California.
You've never presented evidence.
It's happening
the
right now in California.
Rigged.
Right now, it's look at what's happening in California.
Where's the evidence to that?
It's
the
4 days.
The Republicans are doing well in
California. No, they're not. They're dropping fast because it's a rigged election. Let me tell you, it's 4 days, and they aren't even close to coming up with it.
That's how they count the votes.
You know why they're doing
that?
Because they're cheating on the election.
Do you have evidence to support
that? All I have to do is look. All I have to do is look.
That's not evidence.
And I listen to people, and let's see what happens.
But, sir, that's not evidence.
Do you think it's appropriate?
That's how they count the votes in California.
Do you think it's appropriate that they have an election, and 5 days later they're nowhere close to picking a winner?
State and local officials acknowledge they are slow. They're urging.
No, they're crooked.
They're urging the votes to be counted quickly. That's how they vote in California.
They're crooked, just like you're crooked. Your press is crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked.
To be fair, I'm not crooked, but let's
Really?
Let's
Well,
continue.
You play right into their hands.
Let's continue.
You're either crooked or you're stupid.
You just listen to her reaction. You don't have any evidence of that. I'm not crooked. I'm great and wonderful. You got no evidence of that. Election fraud in California, there's no evidence. That's just the way they count. That's just the way they do it. And she keeps on and on and on and doing this. And Donald Trump finally said, you know what? Screw you, lady. I'm out of here.
You play right into their hands with this rap. You know that these elections are rigged. Your network knows that they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But, Mr. President,
you know why I got that? Because you have no credibility.
But you've never presented evidence that it was rigged. Let's keep talking about. I want to talk about Todd Blanche.
You have more evidence. There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk about
your elections in this country. We're like a third world country.
But, sir,
your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and Meet the Press is crooked, and so is ABC and CBS and CNN.
But, Mr. President,
you're one-sided crooked networks. All right, let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Mr. President, let's please. I traveled all the way to Wisconsin.
I've sat in the rain with you.
I know.
I've sat in the rain with you for an hour, on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You ought to straighten out your press because you know what?
Mr. President,
a country can never be great with a dishonest
Listen,
press.
we traveled all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
Oh, and right there at the end, he threw his mic down and then said that last little part. And as he's walking away, he stepped on the mic. That's what that crunching sound was. He probably didn't do that intentionally, but it still added a nice little effect. But you can listen to how hostile she is. She's literally having a meltdown. She's not giving him the opportunity to speak or answer the questions. Yeah, he's long-winded, but she's sitting there interrupting him over and over. Mr. President, there's no evidence. What are you talking about, Mr. President? No, please don't leave. Please don't leave, Mr. President. I came all the way to Wisconsin. Nobody cares. What a hack. You think the president cares that you traveled from D.C. to Wisconsin? Nobody cares.
All the way. You probably had to ride in an airplane and stuff.
These people are miserable, and they want everybody else to be miserable with them. Case in point, miserable leftists have filed in the 11th hour a lawsuit to stop the White House UFC fight, which is next week, this weekend. It's this Sunday. And leftist groups are filing lawsuits to stop the UFC fight because they're miserable. And if you're a leftist, you're a miserable person. But I got news for you, my friend. Your misery isn't going to be projected onto us because we're going to keep winning and we're going to be happy. I have some devastating news.
What?
This is not good. So I told y'all last week that Friday I was going to Alabama Men's Clinic, and I was going to get tested for my testosterone and all that kind of stuff. It's actually the first time I've made many visits to Alabama Men's Clinic, but I didn't feel like I was having any problems. You know, I was tired and lethargic at times, but I didn't feel like I had enough. I had the reasons to go get tested. Plus, I hate needles, and I was like, you know, if I can avoid getting my blood drawn.
Oh, wait, I'm going this week. Needles?
Yeah, they got to draw your blood.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I went ahead and did it. You know, part of it was a scheduling thing, but I had always planned on going, so I went. And you can get your results same day. They can do it quickly, but I told them, I said, don't rush. Just, you know, run it through the thing and let me know Monday what the results are. So Jeremy texted me my results, and I said, he's like, he said your results came in. He said they're not horrible, but you're at a 358.
Out of
well, he's
come on, man.
He said the normal range for you and your age should be between 600 and 900. He said you have he said it's not, his words, he said it's not horrible, but you have the testosterone of a 70 to 80-year-old man.
Oh, dang. I don't even want to know what mine is.
And
Dude.
I was like, are you kidding me? And he's like, no. He's like, but your prostate's in good shape, because they can test that as well.
Yeah.
Not like that, but they can tell from your blood.
Mm-hmm.
He said prostate is good, but you have the testosterone of a 70 to 80-year-old man. And I was like,
jeez, man.
And so I didn't really have any indicators. But the more I thought about it, I was like, well, what causes that? He's like, it could be a million things. He said it could be your sleep habits. It could be, you know, lack of working out, which is not the case.
Right.
He said it could be a lot of things. And I was like, dang, bro, a 70 or 80 year, I got that testosterone of a 70, 80-year-old man.
If you were a credit score, nobody would loan you anything.
No. And by the way, there's radio hosts would not admit that on air. No, nobody. Everybody would do the Dale Jackson and be like, oh, I got tested and mine's fine. You know, remember Dale used to always say that.
Yeah.
He'd be like, no, I was perfectly fine. But I'm honest with y'all. I'm honest with y'all on a regular basis, and I'm just telling you that for some reason, and again, I haven't noticed any problems, you know, and you think about testosterone, because this is what all the commercials talk about. It talks about ED.
Yeah, if I could say something, I think I've kind of noticed a lot of times when you're feeling tired, and you talk a lot about not being able to sleep. You know, I mean, I think I've seen, I mean, I could see that. I don't know about 70, 80-year-old. I would say, you know, maybe my age.
That's what the levels say.
Yeah.
And so
it's good to know, though.
I was blindsided by that, dude. I was like, you know, because again, going back to, you know, you think of ED and all that kind of stuff, and not to be graphic, but I don't have ED, but I do find myself some days being extremely tired and like struggling, and you see it, struggling to make it through. And so I'm starting to wonder if that wasn't the that's not the cause of it, you know? And I don't, another thing about it is you almost feel like, am I less of a man because my testosterone is low? Like, I don't want to turn into a liberal or a soy boy. I don't drink soy milk. I don't drink Starbucks. I don't drink any coffee for that matter. But, like, anyway, the reason I even bring this up is because I want you guys to get tested, because you may be like me and thinking, oh, I'm perfectly fine. Then you're going to get up there and find out that's not the case. And so they're coming up with a plan for me that'll help get my levels back up there. And, I anticipate, and I will take you guys on this journey. I could be probably, sleeping better, feeling better in the mornings. Like I usually feel pretty crappy in the mornings. And then ups and downs throughout the day. And so I don't know what's going to come of that, but I will keep you guys updated. And you're going to go get tested here in the next few days as well.
I am.
Yeah, I set that up for you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say right.
I'm
here
hoping your
now.
score's a lot lower than mine.
Well,
I'm
gonna say right here and right now. I don't know if I'll be divulging it. It depends.
You'll be all right.
If I'm like the equivalent of what my dad was, then that would be bad because he was 91.
Oh, I got yeah. I don't know though, man. I was shocked by it. I was like, dang, dude. I was like, you
they're coming up with a plan. That's the thing, man.
Yeah, I mean it's there, it's out there, and now we can just figure it out, and they can come up with a regimen, and we'll go from there. Otherwise, I would have kept living with that 358 because I literally thought I was fine. I was like, no, I don't feel like I didn't feel like I was exhibiting any of the symptoms that most people associate with low testosterone.
Well, all I've got to say is, come on, 359 and up.
Yeah. That's what we'll do. We'll do a scoreboard, like who's got, and then we'll try to do it every week. Yeah. We'll have the low T competition.
I like that.
But it is what it is. And so we'll see. But when he gave me the comparison of it's the T of a 70 to 80-year-old man, I'm like, come on, Jeremy. Like, do you have to tell me that part?
Well, yeah, he's honest with you.
I mean, no, that's the good thing. So, if I've ever given you a reason to book an appointment at Alabama Men's Clinic, I think this is it.
You know what? Look what Mandu has done for you. Now, look what Alabama Men's Clinic's going to do for you, bro.
There it is. Maybe it's a blessing that I have that low T. I don't even like saying it. I've got low T. Now that's out there, and maybe it'll be a blessing in the sense of some of you guys will go ahead and take the leap and get it done for yourself. And
so watch out, Trish.
Find out where you're at, because it could be, again, you might not you suspect that that's the case, but it actually is. And it's very easy, very painless. I mean, even with I hate needles. They drew my blood. It was over really quick, and I was like, the worst part is the anticipation before they stabbed me with the needle. And so I was literally sweating. He's like, do you want me to count to 3? I was like, no, just do it. And he's like, boop. And then, boom, it was over.
Nothing to it.
Nothing to it. So, Alabama Men's Clinic. You can go to the website, book an appointment, alabamamensclinic.com. And remember, I'm 40 years old. Like, I guess I could say I'm somewhat of a young guy.
Oh, yeah, you're a young guy.
And, that just goes to show you it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be older people. I think a lot of it's probably the crap that's in our food. I don't eat the best. Could be a lot of things. So, alabamamensclinic.com. Y'all go ahead and go on the website and book an appointment today. They've got the times and the dates for everything coming up for this week, next week, whatever. Book those appointments, but make sure you tell them that you heard about it on my show, The Line with Andrew Mclain, so they know that you're our people and they're gonna take care of you. Taylor on the text line says, "Dang, dude, Richard has higher T than you." Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, no.
I don't even want to think about that. And I called him gay earlier.
Man.
But it's going to be fixed. I'm going to have so much testosterone.
You gonna be a man? Are you kidding me?
I'm going to be in here flipping tables over. I'm going to be so jacked up. I'm going to be like John Bird, the Incredible Hulk. He does in the text messages. All right, here's the phone number, by the way. If you want to call him, again, tell him you heard about him on the show. Tell him you want the Andrew Mclain low T special. 205-598-7000. It's 205-598-7000. Online, AlabamaMen'sClinic.com. Okay, this makes me feel better. Fred says, I am 52, and when I had mine tested last year, mine was at 320, and my doctor said that was fine. What kind of doctor was it? He was like, oh, it's fine, honey. Oh, 320, it's fine.
I want 4 digits, baby.
Yeah, you should be between 600 and 900. At least he said for my age. I think 600 is kind of the standard across the board. Like you want to be in that 600 range. But what did Dixon say his was? Because again, there's not another radio host that's going to come out and tell you his T's at 358.
Was it 510 or something like that? No, I'm joking. I don't know.
I think there might be a chance of some radio hosts being dishonest about their T levels. Do you think if Dale Jackson really had low T, he was going to come on the airwaves and say it?
No,
not a chance.
No.
Now the question is, would Richard Dixon be honest
about his T levels? Though. I mean, I think
I'm not saying he wouldn't. But if it was that low, I mean, literally mine's almost half of what it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So if it is that low, I mean, you got to make a decision. You say, do I tell the people or do I keep it to myself?
But you know what? You owe it to the people. And you paid with dividends, man.
And listen, if it helps anybody, any of the men in our audience, and it prompts you to finally set that appointment, then, you know, I'll take my lumps. And I know the text line is going to be hammering me, and there's going to be gay jokes and soy boy jokes. And I already anticipated that. As soon as he sent me the number, that was the first thing I thought of was the text line. I said, they're just going to ream me once I tell them. But with that said, go get it checked out. And also on the end of prostate, like they can give you an idea of what your prostate shape is.
Mm-hmm.
Not shape. The shape of your prostate. Not the actual shape, but like the condition of it. So, and that gives you some peace of mind because you're always told throughout your whole life, hey, get your prostate checked. And I don't know if I'll have to talk to Jeremy about how extensive the prostate. I guess that's how they test it now, right? With the blood work, prostate exams.
I think it's still.
I don't think they have to 2-finger cul-de-sac you, do they?
Well, I mean, if there's something down there, they got to find it.
Well, yeah, I guess if you could do blood work and then there's something concerning on the blood work, then maybe they do that.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a blood test now if you just go in for the check.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, then you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, not just your testosterone, but you getting the prostate deal checked out. Now, I'm not quite at the age, what do they say, 45 now?
Yeah, it's down to 45.
45, you should get it checked out. So I'm 5 years ahead of the game. I guess at 45, I'll do it again. But, you know, I don't know, man. I'm just a little freaked out by it. Just a little freaked out. I even texted my wife. I said, I've got some devastating news. I don't even remember what she said back. I feel like I blacked out after I got the news. Oh, she said, nothing to be devastated about. It's completely normal. They'll just give you some stuff, and it'll fix you right up. With some little heart emojis.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, anyway, transparency on the line is unlike anything else you're going to get on the radio. You know, nobody brings this kind of transparency.
Yeah, Andrew, I hate to bring this up. But we've only got a few minutes left of the show.
Yeah, we missed that. Your wheel of segments today was my T levels.
You know what? Let's do this. Let's spin and just see what it would have been.
All right, yeah, just give me just a random spin.
Okay, here we go.
Love is in the
Oh my God! Of course.
It worked out perfectly.
Well, let's do Love is in the Air tomorrow. Let's
Okay,
still do a
we'll make
spin,
it.
and you just stop it at Love is in the Air.
Okay. All right.
So we'll stick with that. All right, 205-545-9950. That's 545-9950. If you want to get in, we got a few minutes left, so let's do it on the other side. Hang tight. Like I said, the text line was going to be ridiculous. This one here says reference range for a 40-year-old male is 290 to 900. Don't give bad medical advice to sell TRT to people. That's a life-changing decision for men. So you think I'm just making stuff up? I'm not an expert in this, first of all, and I'm only telling you what the experts are telling me. So if 290 to 900, that's like saying between 0 and 900 is the perfect level for people at 40. Like, no, I am repeating what the experts are telling me. So I'm not trying to sell TRT to people that just to sell it. I'm not selling anything. I'm telling people to go get checked, and then they talk to the experts. I'm not selling TRT. It'll be ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Again, this is why I should even brought it up.
No, I think it's important.
Yeah.
It's important that you brought it up.
600 to 900 is where most men our age like to be. That's where they like to be. Between 600 and 900 is preferable. Are you going to die at 358? No, you're not going to die. But
you're probably going to feel better if it's higher.
Yeah, and maybe I'm being a little dramatic about mine. I just expected to have a higher score.
Well, you work out a lot, and you just expect it to be higher. But I think it might explain some things that you've struggled with.
Leslie says next time you go on vacation, you need April Marie to fill in for you and have her talk about lady parts health. Y'all don't want me to talk about lady part health?
No.
I can do it.
Not.
I'll just run through. I'll just run it through ChatGPT, and I'll tell you all about it. Rex says, "Hey, now where can I buy TRT?" I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I think you need to talk to your health provider. Curtis, I've always, even in my 30s, ran low T 300s. Finally got help in my mid 30s. Life-changing energy, brain function, everything. And your workouts are so much better. My issue is different than most. Mine will drop below 100 if I stop injections. The signal that is sent to produce testosterone, mine is blocked by a pinpoint tumor in front of the gland. Crazy, but anybody that thinks they feel fine below 350 are crazy and never felt how good it is at 900. Yeah, I'm excited, honestly, to see what it's like to get that number up because I believe it's going to make me feel better. Christy says, I don't want either of you two to tell me about my neener health.
Neener, that's an interesting adjective.
We're not going to do it.
No, we won't.
Kelly says, nothing wrong with admitting low T. My husband was diagnosed in early 50s. He's now 65. I give him a shot of testosterone 2 times per month. It has been wonderful for his energy, sleeping, and overall health. Man, I can't wait for that. But shots, I got to get shots. If it's only twice a month, I don't guess that's bad.
Man, that's not that big a deal.
Mm.
I think shots are probably going to be the most cost effective.
Yeah, let's see. Andrew, go see Rhonda Dial. She put me on some supplements that raised my testosterone from 250 to 400, and I'm 58. Yeah. Well, I'm going to get Alabama Mclain. They're going to get me hooked up with what I need there for sure. I'm just telling y'all, like, go get tested, and then, you can decide what you want to do after that. You don't have to go with the treatments they offer, but these guys really know what they're doing. Walter says, new wheel of segments, low T, baby. Tommy says, I can't believe anybody will compare Bird to Richard Dixon. He is an idiot. Richard's not an idiot. He's just abrasive. He's an a-hole sometimes.
He kids.
Robbie says 300 to 600 is what I was told is an acceptable range for T. It may be acceptable for some, but as I said, 600 to 900 is where men like to be to maximize the benefits of testosterone, to get that energy and good sleep and get rid of the brain fog and everything else. You can live on 300 to 600.
Brain fog? Then I must be down at like 20.
Yeah, you typed in the YouTube chat that preliminary reports show you at 1600.
No, I didn't.
I'm looking at it. You definitely did type that in.
No, that was I've been hacked. I forgot to let everybody know my YouTube account's been hacked.
Dr. McReady says, "Hey, I heard you had some testosterone for sale." All right. All right, you guys are funny. Blasco, lift actual weights. Mandu is not working out. Stop simping for Trump. I do lift weights at Mandu, by the way. Some people like to just be jackasses on the text line. That's why Leland doesn't read it.
What text line?
He said, what text line? People just like to bitch just for the sake of bitching. All right, Noto Roofing, NOTOroofing.com, NOTOroofing.com, 205-848-2299. That is 848-2299. And online, NOTOroofing.com. Make sure you tell them your boy Andrew Mclain sent you. Myself and John Bird will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode. And my hero, Leland Whaley, is coming up next. So stick around for that because he's got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm out of here. And until next time, see you,